also question the topic we covered last time. So maybe it's good to just be clear on some of those parts.
Yeah. All right. Should I get going? Let's try to fix the light.
Let's give it 2 more minutes, Felix. Let's give it 5 minutes for people to join. We only have 42 right now. I think we had like 100 something last time. I think it was quite a lot of people that joined on Monday.
I think we were almost up to like 80, 90 people, right? If I remember it correctly.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I see Jay August is very hyped. Aiming for the number 1 in the Web3 gaming. That has been our goal since the day 1.
Okay, nice. We have a list of questions there from El Canta, but we can note those first. I can add those in the docs. Then we can scroll through them and...
Nice.
Hello, everybody. Good questions.
So we get this MA started.
Yes. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good night, and wherever you are in the world, welcome to our Discord AMA. Some of you know me. I'm Felix. I am the founder of AIX, and we'll be answering your questions today and many AMAs throughout this fall. It's late summer in Stockholm, and it's beautiful. I arrived yesterday, and the sun is shining, so that's good. Anyways, we had AMA last week, or earlier this week. Time flies. And I think I went through the upcoming season 2 launch, the importance of going multi-chain, the importance of changing from Polygon to base chain. It's a huge difference. One is a dying chain, the other one is exploding chain. So the stars are aligned for some intergalactic moves. Anyways, while I picked that up, while I discussed that, it's important to understand that experience in this. Okay, I referred usually back in the days. I referred to it as a walled garden. So any new financial markets has a walled garden of people who are first movers or people that made insanely much money early on. And when we launched AIX back in 2021, it was a walled garden still. Walled garden means that it was protected by some liquidity providers. It was protected by some chains. It was protected by application apps developers. It was by the centralized exchanges, etc. And these kind of barriers were very hard for us since we are a community-owned project. It's very hard to break these kind of barriers. And we launched with Polygon because Polygon by then was a layer 2 and had the output that we needed because we were a high transactional game. And we came to Polygon and we launched with great success, and we became the number 1 game and won the transaction committer and number 1 game developer. We have over 90 different smart contracts live on Polygon. But Polygon has basically just treat us like we were dogs, rats, And one of the reasons why, it's not because, It's not because our game is bad, our token is bad, our liquidity is bad. No, they're tier one. They're tier one, has been always been. But we weren't part of the guerrilla society, the walled garden, because it was corrupt. I can say it honestly now. It's a corrupt chain, and I don't want to speak about this much more. But I have endless of stories. When they just pay friends instead of paying the top tier developers. This is not only AIX; it's only other products as well. So finally, we have the opportunity to come to a new chain, a chain that is exploding, that has more and more value extracted to it, that has more and more new wallets connected to it, that has more and more apps developed on it, etc. And we are welcome with open arms. We are welcome with grants. We are welcome with introductions from the base foundation to liquidity providers, to other app developers, etc. And it makes the whole difference. It makes the whole difference. On top of that, we also have understand how this walled garden operates, and we have now become friends with people on the inside. That helps us with the launch. So if I have to explain to you the difference between launching AIX and launching AIX, it's two different worlds. We are so prepared when we are prepared to launch it towards a new market. We already have investors, we already have gamers, we already have a great team and advisors. And now we are pushing the game towards a new market, a new chain, and we will dominate it because they like what we're doing. They understand what we're doing. They are they're intrigued of what we can bring to the chain, because we're going to bring hundreds of thousands of users from other parts of the world that they are not that familiar with. So base chain is very, very active in the US, and they don't have any user base basically active in the Asia, Southeast Asia. So we bring them something, and on top of that, we bring them a genuine, working Web3 game, a play-to-earn game that is actually, in its true utility, uses the token. That is what we discussed last time. This is what we discussed last time, and I'm really, really excited to go through the questions. I see that they're a bit more in depth this time. So let's go through them one by one. And maybe we take the questions that you, Bikkel, proposed to me. If you have any more questions, I will. Last time I didn't stick around, but now we have a source of questions, and let's go through them. I have a lot more time today. So, what about the GG Genesis utility, and what is the plan for the new Genesis launch? This is a very, very granular question. I can tell you this. I will speak in broad terms, because we have a rollout plan for the marketing. We have a rollout plan for discussing the next Genesis or the next season in different steps in our communication. And we don't want to spoil everything today, but I will go through and I will answer it in broader terms so you get the understanding of it. I will not go into specific new stuff, but in general, when it comes to all assets that we have currently, all assets will move forward into the new chain. It will move forward into your own wallets in the new season 2. You will not have to rebuild them. You're going to be able to use them in the game, but it's not unsure yet if we airdrop them or if we port them. We are looking at the different solutions. We are working with Chainlink with their asset transfers, but we're looking into what is the most cheap way to transfer assets, or what is the most beneficial and fast way. If we can just redeploy them to asset holders, we will do that. So we are now investigating that. But basically, all assets will be transferred, or they will show up in your wallet on the new chain and on the new game space. And the Genesis launch, let's say like this: We open up this game, and we open up different kind of corporations, and we are now closing in. We are understanding what corporations in the real world corporations come and go, And we also in Planet AIX, we also understand some of the corporations has more utility. Some of the corporations has more history, and it goes well with the rest of the lore. It goes well with the rest of the new tokenomics. It plays a role. But none of them will die, but they will be some of them will be more and more important, and take a larger portion into play. However, all the assets and many of the old assets will rejuvenate. They will get new utility, and many of them will be stakeable assets. So, as I said earlier as well in the last AMA. We will transition into more of a DeFi game. It will still be the same gameplay. We will add new features. It will add new game loops, but it will transition into a more of a game, into more of a DeFi game. The supply of AIX is twice the one of IXT. Then liquidity should be 2x, isn't it? Yes and no. I mean, definitely we will have more liquidity on launch than we currently have on IXT. So since it's twice amount, and IXT will be burned. So you can burn your IXT or swap your IXT for AIX. This means that all the tokens that haven't been swapped during a time window of 1 year, I think it is, they will be lost forever. So the total amount of available AIX will be twice as much. That doesn't mean it's going to be twice as much. I just want to mention that. Also, why there's a twice new is because our token has a quite low amount, total amount of tokens available. If you compare to other games, we have a very, very low total amount, and that is by design, back in 2020, because we already understand that we will have to bring more seasons. But this time, we're not going to do 4 years, we're going to do 2 years. So the next 2 years, from 1st of January 2026 until 1st of January 2028, they're going to be able to be new inflation of AIX at maximum 153 million, maximum. And those tokens are only obtainable by purchasing them from other users or start playing the game. There is no liquidity for investors. There is no liquidity for advisors, for team, for anything. It's only gameplay. So there's not going to be any hidden extractions. It's not going to be any hidden wallets. It's purely tokens available for those who stake or play. And additionally, on top of a vesting schedule where you can pull tokens from the smart contract, there's also going to be progressive unlocks. So at a certain percentage of when new pixels are terraforming the territories at a specific price, specific amount, there's going to be an automatic release into some staking pools, which is also an innovation itself. But it's a maximum time of 2 years, but the full inflation can actually go faster. So to answer your questions once again, you don't have to have 2 times liquidity, but it's probably going to be more liquidity than that. We already set aside for a couple of months and preparing for a new launch. When last AMA, I also tried to understand. I tried to talk about the concept of timing to market, because timing to market is everything. And one thing I really learned working with Jonas, the founder of C1, is that, and I really accepted this because it's true, is that you have to really push all the buttons at once to something become really, really big. You have to be really laser focused. You have to build it up towards a crescendo, and then you have to push everything. So a lot of the game developments, a lot of the tokenomics parts, a lot of the new staking pools, a lot of the smart contracts has already been built. but it's now being deployed at the same time, and we deploy it towards a new market. And this is because we want to take over base. We want to take over base with commitment, with self-confidence, and we want to be able to talk and extract money from them. We want to extract money from them. I'm not shy to say this. We are super undervalued on Polygon, a dying chain, and we will become fairly averaged priced on base. And when we take over base, the price is going to pump. And all the users and all the holders are rich on base. They're US based. They're fuck off rich. And they need to buy the token from somewhere. They cannot buy into AIX except unless they buy it from the current packs that we're selling. They can only buy it from you guys, from myself, from our team. We're the ones providing our exit liquidity, and they are the ones buying the token. And this is the moment. This is the moment we're waiting for. The games that are currently on base, they're shit. Sorry to say it. They're shit. I know the value that we have. I know the power that we have when we all move like once. When we all move like once. So I'm not concerned at any point. We're actually I'm very confident, and we have been holding back to launch stuff because we want to launch it properly on a working chain, that is not corrupt, that we have grants from, that we have all this partner infrastructure from, that we have all these synergies and marketing efforts from the real Web3 space and the players that are actually mean something. Not Polygon. They're shit. They're fucking shit. I hate them. Okay? And base, I love them, and they love me, and they love our game. They think it's fucking phenomenal, which is all, which is. So that's great. We are transitioning from Polygon to base chain and changing the token name from AIXD to AIX. That's fine. But what is the reason behind the amount being double the supply? Related to previous, I think I answered that. I mean, it's seasons, because we are going to be the biggest game ever launched on the blockchain, built on the blockchain with true utility, with our token included in every contract. So you have to follow the money in order to follow the timing of the market. And 4 years ago, it was Polygon. Now it's Base. Now we have shrinking the time supply from 4 years to 2 years, because in crypto, it goes fast. Maybe next time we launch on some new chain. But now we built the game multi-chain, so it can be expanded to different chains directly. And you will see different chains being playable within the first 3 months. You will see different chains being playable within the first 3 months of the launch. So we plan ahead, and you learn, I can have regrets that we have a vesting contract of 4 years launching in 2021, but that was a standard then. It's not the standard now, but that was a standard now. And then, we can have season 3, season 4, and build up, because 153 million is nothing. It's nothing compared to, other games that have billion in token supply, or 10 billion, that's insane. How can you have control on the token value? No, you can't. With that kind of inflation, you can't. But with 153 million times 2, you can, especially when we're going full force into Beijing. I'm going to end that. Next question. Issue with territory staking pools. When will it be solved?
I can actually answer this one and the next one as well, since it's more related to the tech part. So just to be very, very clear, we also mentioned this in last MA. So what's happened right now with the territory staking, you need to understand how it works. So it basically has 2 different smart contracts. So we have the territory minting contract, and then we have the territory staking contract. What we have realized last time when we were about to open the pool is that we've seen people have been trying to mint territory through the contract, which shouldn't be allowed, and they have mass mint a lot of territory that shouldn't be exist, and then they stake this and try to farm reward from everyone. And when we realize this, we decide to stop it, because we need to investigate the minting contract. How does this user manage to mint territory out of nowhere? And then we will need to do the same when we come to the staking contract, that we need to blacklist this account, so the reward doesn't go to the player that haven't actually been playing the game. So we want to AIX reward to actually go to everyone who played the game, and that's why the territory have been stopped. And again, that means that the prize pool will have accumulated to this month or the next month. So when we open up again, everyone will have all their previous months also IXT back. So just because we pause the staking doesn't mean anyone will lose anything. When we resume it again, every single IXT from the premium months will go directly to the stakers. So don't worry, that's just because we pause, no one will lose anything. And when exactly that part, I'm not very sure, because right now some of our devs are back. They are looking into it. And I hope that this problem can be solved this month. So when we go to the September, all the pool, including the territory, will be rolling out as it should be. And again, all the price will be have like a rolling out as well. So just because we pause it doesn't mean that anyone will lose their staking reward. So hopefully this month, otherwise I will update you through the Discord. And then the next question is about the sleeping pigs. So again, right now we are trying to looking into the area minting, since that contract has also been paused. So once we have solved the territory minting problem, also related to staking, we will try to, as fast as possible, to release the next batch of the pigs, so we can make the game start rolling again. So all these pigs related function are now kind of stuck until we have solved the territory minting smart contract, and then this function will be released one by one. And then the final one, the 10 million, not the final one, but the next question, when will we announce the 10 million competition? So now we, during this month, we have do some calculated. Most of the points now has been calculated. We now just need to wait until our other devs who are responsible for the picks of chain, because we will need to extract the trading data from the database, so we can also add that last of the points. So hopefully the 10 million will be also announced during August, and then we will be able to start sending out the price in terms of the streaming. Just like last time, we will send out the different NFT directly to your gaming accounts, and then this NFT will start stream Astro Go to you. So this will be the territory staking, and then the sleeping pigs, and the 10 million. Yes. Should I give it back to you, Felix, regarding RK and other asked questions?
Yes. Sure. I answered some questions in the chat so far. Okay, let's get back to it.
7.
Number 7. Yes. We will hold the value. We will hold the promise of new Genesis being airdropped to the pinball holders in the future. We are not actively building under the umbrella of Arcade anymore, but we have some new mini games that we haven't yet set to any corporations yet that has been built. But that information will come later, like around November. So there's a long list of new features, there's a long list of new gameplays and game views and game loops and mechanics that is going to be released. I also answered the question regarding a white paper. We will release a white paper on the season 2. Most of it you will know because a lot of the things that we have and working is still going to be playable with some upgrades. We will do a major changes to the mission control. The mission control will have a new look. We'll have a new mechanics feature loop. But the map and the pigs and the territory creation will remain the same-ish. There will be some changes, but in the broad strokes, not much will change except the appearance, the design, the liveliness of it. We're moving into season 2. It's not dark anymore. What is going to be? What is going to be? Maybe it's going to be colors. Who knows? Anyways, we will sustain the commitment of airdropping to the Pinball Genesis. If Arcade as a corporation will take a huge part or not is not yet any information I can share, but there's going to be something coming. Why does minting territories turn into a black hole still?
I just want to flag in here just a little bit quick. This type of tech problem or bugs, I suggest that user go to the Discord helper desk and report the bugs. Since when we look into this type of bugs, we will need some like wallet address, your accounts, in order to look it up in the database. So that's why we won't be helping a user with this kind of tech bugs during the MA. So let's jump over the black hole and jump on the next one.
Yep. How will you bring value back to old assets? There's going to be a variety of different utility being launched, new utility being launched. Definitely some new assets staking pools. So what we understood the last 6 months, 1 year, is that something that really works for a game and will bring us to 50x the value in our token is going forward with our mining passes. Our mining passes is the best asset we ever created, and why we haven't seen any appreciation in the price is probably because we are on Polygon. When we launch on base and we can continue to hold the ratio of total value locked in the mining passes, the base chain has not even understood the commitment from our community is, and they will buy up any token that is left on the market easily. And that's how we win, So there's unheard of high total value locked in AIX. People don't know how committed our users, you are, I are, everybody in our office has a mining pass, and they don't understand how committed our user base is. So if we can maintain that ratio, go into a new chain with all these locked tokens and with a quite low initially liquidity pool, a couple of times bigger than we have on Polygon, but still low, that will become massive. And we can, under healthy circumstances, unlock mining pass after mining pass after mining pass and sell it to the exit liquidity waiting on base chain to start taking on the rewards, because there's no free float of our token. There's no free float of a token. There's not many millions that needs to be going into a token on base chain in order for us to be at $10. We have done the calculations. It's not much. It's if we compare to the 2022 numbers that we had, it's peanuts. It's peanuts. So Lakanta, she asked me about we want to know the liquidity pool example ratio of USDT and IXT. Liquidity will be locked or not on base chain. We will have multi-chain liquidity. So there will be still some liquidity left on Polygon, but majority of the liquidity will be on base. Will also be on Arbitrum, and further down the line will be on the Arbiter chain of Corbit chain. So there will be multiple liquidity pools, and there will be a much easier way to move around between the different chains. But the majority of the liquidity will grow, in tenfolds over the next 8 months over to base. And base chain will also help us with grants and the different the decentralized exchanges will help us with staking reward and trading fees rewards, etc., because they believe in us. So it's going to be huge potential for our liquidity providers. We are a couple of hundred to supply liquidity right now to go in on base when we launch there. It will be. I think we can lock some. Yeah, I mean that's just a comfort, and we see this long term. So I don't have a problem with locking it. I mean we have had a quite high amount of liquidity locked before, so that's not going to be any problem. But it's going to be on base chain. We're going to move it part by part, and eventually there's going to be an arbitrage possibility from IXT to AIX. So it's going to be an interesting show, and it's going to be a dynamic markets to see who's the fastest, who understands the market the best. Additionally, we're also going to, as I said earlier, AMA, part of the game is going to transition into more of a GameFi or DeFi game, and with use of selling out bonds. So part of the system, part of our token release on base is going to be set aside to bonds. These bonds rewards will go directly without any middleman to mining pass stakers, to liquidity providers taking our tokens on new base chain. So that's a new thing here, that you're actually going to not only receive AIX, you're going to receive both LP positions, USDT or USDC, together with AIX, and USDT alone. So you can choose if you want to proceed with doing a liquidity token or not. And that is a major upgrade, and I think that will also be a good selling argument for the base chain community. They are really about DeFi. How will you onboard new players? The game is lacking in updates. Many bugs, errors occur. Yes, we know, and we are building towards more of a smooth onboarding flow. The biggest release we released this year is obviously Pix of Chain. But Pix of Chain is built for base. And it's built with the mindset of onboarding new players. I think with the new season 2 launch, we're going to see some new game features, but basically it's going to be more centered around new players. The old players, they already have AIX because they transitioned their IXT to AIX. And our new focus, and I'm saying this openly, our new focus is to create exit liquidity for our community, for our team, for our investors. It's to onboard new players. It's not to take care of our old players. We will take care of you by giving you new utility, by giving scarcity in the assets you already hold. That is of value for new people that is joining AIX, that is joining AIX. So my mindset have shifted of satisfying your needs, but your needs is my needs, because I also hold the most IXT. I also hold the most of these assets. I also bought the most of these packs along the way because I believe in it. But now we're shifting the focus. We're giving the old asset new utilities. We're giving the old asset new value again because they are scarce and you cannot buy them in AIX. You have to be part of season 1 to have them in season 2. So they have to be bought on the market from you guys, from me, myself, etc. This goes well for the AIX token. You cannot just buy. You cannot come in as an investor. You have to buy from the market. We have to play the game. So whatever you say about it's twice the supply, that's nothing. That is nothing. If we're launching a new token and they cannot be part of the early investors, they have to buy the token. They have to play the game. And if they want to play the game, they have to buy the token, And who owns the token? All of us. None of base hold the token. Zero people hold the token. Only the players from season 1 hold the token. And who's going to sell them the token? We are, So that's bullish. In the previous AMA, there was a discussion about IST listing exchange. Is that true or not? We will not list on any decentralized exchange prior to launching AIX. that is just stupid. As I said earlier, you know, as Jonas Werner told me, and what I really understand now. If you want to make big moves, you have to push all the buttons at the same time. When we're launching on Base, we are launching on decentralized exchanges. When we're launching on Base, we're launching with new staking providers. We're launching with new grant services. We're launching with new DeFi protocols. We're launching with new bond protocols. We're also launching on new exchanges. This is the time, not before. We're just burning stuff. We're just paying for stuff. We need to have 4 good months. January, February, March, April, and then we can all retire with Lambos. It's not about length. It's about power and in timing. That's what it is. January, February, March, April 2021, we went to $4. We had 0 tokens. They didn't have control of anything. There was somebody else. There were some market makers. It was the decentralized exchanges making money out of us. It wasn't the users. It wasn't the team. It wasn't our investors. Now we have all the tokens. We have all the control. We know how this walled garden operates. You know, I don't think you know how fucking bullish this is. This is the opportunity that I have been sleeping and being tired about, but now I'm back. Now we do this. Anyways, Milk token. We have received a grant. I'm not part of the Milk core team. Let's pause that question. I know people has invested in it. We will take care of it. We will not, you have been receiving staking rewards, but I think it's a discussion for later. Not because I'm anxious about it. We have received a grant. We will resurrect it, but I've not been in the loop from that team in a while. I will try to get more information and give you a proper answer the next AMA. Okay. Is it possible to supply the Meta shares and Genesis supply in exchange of the future? Is it possible that the supply of Meta shares and Genesis supply will change in the future? That is possible. That is possible. We're not going to inflate. None. We're not going to inflate any of our assets. We're going to decrease them. So that's the goal. That's the golden rule. You have my word. We're not going to deflate. We're going to decrease. So all the big assets will resurrect. Landmarks will resurrect as fuck. Yeah, you never heard me say this, but it will be. Once in a while, I love the Landmarks but also it has, it hasn't really lived up to its true potential. So, but yeah, somebody will become a Landmark hustler. Maybe it's me. Who knows? Okay. What else? Will Planet AIX have any promotional activities in the bull market? Yes. Starting next week, we will give, hopefully, one of the biggest players on AIX ecosystem will join us. The big ant, the one and only. Me and Mikkel and an ant and some of us will do a series of studio sessions again and go in depth throughout some different interviews. Not the first one. We will do it slow by slow to build momentum, to build the volcano up so we can have a fucking force of fireworks and eruption when we need it. And when we need it is December, January, February. Those 3 months. If you see me sleep, you wake me up. But we will start with the studio sessions. We will tell the community. We will gather the groups. We will gather the soldiers. Everybody needs to understand what is season 2, what value will it bring, about the tokenomics, how will it gain feature, and we will include you in the development. We will include you in the white paper, etc., etc. So it's going to be transparent to our community because you is what bring value. Our community is what bring value. I understand this, and this is why I will be active here again. We need to activate all forces when we go to base. We need to be one single unit moving together. And if we do this right, man oh man.
Yes, and to add upon these points, there will be a lot of activities, and we will first of all start with online sessions together with ourselves, the studio interview, just like Felix mentioned before, to go through everything in depth. And then we will start having online also session together with our partners, with C1, with Base, with any of these type of MA along the time. So please just like stay active in our Discord. Once we have these type of events, we actually talk together, either ourselves or with our partners. So make sure you join them so you don't miss any important information. So more of this will come. And then, of course, it will be great if everyone can do this together, just like Felix said.
Make landmarks great again, man. I'm gonna print that up here. Watch me. What will be use of the avatar in the future besides burn mechanic that we previously talked about in AMAs? Yes, good question. I love the avatars. The avatars is a bunch of new cool AR companions, and we will bring them to. We will resurrect them, and there will still be burning new gaming loops of burning them to reach the ultimate stairs, and to whoever going to mint AME doesn't know what awaits, but that will be fun. That will be a fun introduction to the base community as well, to mint avatars, to mint them out and to get them burning, and to also to use utility as an AI companion. So we will talk more about that in the white paper, but I think it's amazing because it has a fun way to introducing a new. It's a cheap asset you can buy, and I know that the users of base will like it because they want the randomness and they want to understand whatever will they be rewarded if some of them mints the AME, so to say. Yes, I agree, Augustus. Yes. Why are the metacrystals rewards not able to be withdrawn? Well, they are.
I think this tech bugs, let's take it in the customer support. And again, because it should be able to withdraw. I haven't seen any other similar reports, so it might be some standalone bugs. But please report this in the help desk, and we have different mods. Will be able to help you there when it comes to this type of tech bugs. And when it comes to metacrystal and tradable, I think that part might be something for you to answer, Felix. Metacrystal, will it be tradable in the future?
No, I don't want to answer that. I mean, there's going to be an upgrade to metacrystals. You're going to see it when we release the white paper. The metacrystal is going to be, it's basically AIX light, it's basically what will drive the new season 2. It's metacrystal and something else, right? And they will carry the game around, and they will be able to unlock keys to new staking pools. They will be able to unlock entries to some new game loops as well. So it's not really about selling your. You don't want to sell your metacrystals. Anyways, here's a question I haven't seen in a while. Will the team hire some more people for times such as vacations and holidays that leave the game stagnant and bugs initially? The vacation times are soon over, and the bull run has started. So they better come back now on Monday with a fresh mind, because we have a lot to do, and it's fun again. So let's make it fun, because when people have fun, people are at work and they solve bugs and fix stuff without thinking. And that's what we're aiming for. We're aiming for to create a culture in the company where it's fun, where everybody is incentivized, where everybody sees the vision, where the community sees the vision, when the community works together with the team. this is what we're aiming for. This is what we had early on, and this is where we're going to be. This is what's going to make us all win. How many sleeping pigs does Plant Team have? How many have been released? Well, I don't know the exact number, but it's millions. I don't know the question. I don't understand the question, to be honest. You know, part of the black pigs. One second. Part of the black pigs is part of regrouping and reshuffling a product that we can sell. So a part of this will be a new product. It's hard to understand without telling too much information, but a lot of black pigs will have been taken into our account, and we will resell them to the market to make the game even more fun, to make the game even more playable, to make the game more easier to play and to understand. So this is a great way to repackage unused assets to a new market group, the base chain users. That's what I can say.
Nice. And just one clarification around the sleeping pigs. So our goal, of course, is try to do this as often as possible, because we understand that a lot of players, they always encounter a lot of sleeping pigs, which make the territory building become even more harder. So our plan is to do this more often with shorter time interval. So before we have already taking like if you haven't been active in 6 months or so, or even longer if you haven't been active in 1 year, then we claim the peaks. But now when we're moving forward to the bull run, everything need to go much faster. We need to increase the in-game activity. So our plan is to shorten the time interval. So if you haven't played the game, let's say stay inactive for 3 months, then you will risk to have your picks got claimed by the considered sleeping pigs. So our plan now forward is do this more often with shorter intervals, so we can make sure the game actually roll as it should be. And every this information, once we have decided dates, we will announce it in the Discord, and also send out the newsletters. So if you are not very active in the Discord, please make sure to sign up our newsletter so you don't miss any this type of important informations. Cool. I actually don't think we have that. Oh, we have a couple more. Yes, I can take both the rovers, the drones, and the facility upgrades. So just like Felix mentioned before, we are actually now looking more into a DeFi game. So all these assets, we are also looking into some utility. We promise that every asset will be able for you to bring along to the base, but some of them will have a slightly change of their utility or like an upgrade of their utility. So facility might not produce energy, but maybe produce another type of asset in the future. So we are still looking into what type of utility, exactly how we use it. And I saw another guy also asking the question, how you bring to another chain. All this we are looking for to make sure it's as easy as possible. Either we airdrop it or it just automatically pop up in your inventory, so you don't, as a player, doesn't even need to do anything. So we are now looking into different way of doing that to make sure as easy as possible, or at least as cheap as possible. So user doesn't need to pay a lot of unnecessary gas fee in order to bring everything with you. So all of this, we are still working on this, and in the upcoming interview or sessions or MA, we will be able to share a little bit more information. Cool. So I guess that's all today's question.
Thank you all for
Nice.
this session.
Yeah,
It was
we
great.
got-
It was great. It was great talk. Great questions. I'll let James and Mikkel. If you have any more questions, note them. We take them on the next. AMAs. We should probably create some kind of open material for answers that I have given. Let's try to capitalize on because many of these questions are recur. So let's try to not let's have like an open either a FAQ or a blog post when we address these questions to the community, and maybe a recording. I don't know if you recorded this.
Oh yeah, we have a recording. Yao is currently recording this AMA, so this will be really helpful in the future for people that ask the similar questions. Because yeah, some of these questions do occur almost every AMA, so and it's good that we addressed a lot of them today. So that's awesome. We'll have a reference point now.
Great. So thank you.
Okay, well, if you guys don't have
this AMA.
Yeah, if you guys don't have any more questions, we're gonna close this off. It's an hour, so that's right on time. And yeah, if you have questions when the AMA ends, feel free to tag me in general or send me a DM, and then I'll get them down on the list, and then we can answer them all in the next AMA.
Perfect.
All right, thank you, Felix, for joining us today, and Mikkel, and welcome back. Good to have you back at the office. And looking forward to next week when everyone's back.
Thank you, guys.
All right,
have
guys.
a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Have a great weekend.
And we'll
Bye.
see you next week. Bye-bye.